Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Mary. And thanks for joining us today. Mary, I'm going to ask you questions today.
Oh,
And
okay.
this is a new series that we are starting. And this is, I think, what did I name it? Earth Meets the Stars. I think is what I named it. And it's a new, actually, ChatGPT named it.
I love how I get on here and she's like, as soon as we've been talking for 15 minutes, and as soon as we hit the record button, she's like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and we've never done it before, and we're just gonna figure it out.
Well, I mean, that's our history anyway.
Ah, Gail Arena.
We started, okay, Where Earth Meets the Stars. That's the name of the series.
And that's
And
fitting because I'm Earth and Star.
that's right, your Earth and Star. And so it's where Earth meets the stars. And for today, I want to go through like the shamanic journey about how the connection of what's up here, what's down there, because we do talk about shamanic journeys a lot. And there's probably people in here who don't even know what that is. So let me say hello to some people. So now you can start preparing mentally. This is something naturally know. This is
I
nothing.
still don't know what we're talking about, but it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Hey Jen, thanks for being here. Hey Bernadette, thanks for joining us. And hey Gina, thanks for being here. Hey Ivy Starflower, thanks for joining us. Hey DT Hamilton, thanks for being here. Hey Son of What, thank you for being here. And Gina, she says, laugh out loud, Dr. Gail, throwing a curveball. But it wouldn't be a lot of fun if it wasn't a curveball. So anyway, let's see who else is here. Hey, Chris MK, thanks for being here. Isabel, thanks for joining us. And Faye Cole, thanks for being here. And Perpetual Spiral, thanks for being here today. And thanks everybody for coming in and joining us. And this is a new series, as I said, is where Earth meets the stars. And who better than to do the series with than the person who has her channel is Earth and Star. So the reason we were going with this Earth meets the stars is because we think about them separately. We don't think about them how this works with this and this works with that. And again, as we can go into the shamanic journey a little bit about the different realms, but the things like we can go into like the Native American, their connection to the ETs, and that's Earth and that's the stars and things like that. Going into the direction of going, not pulling them apart, but bringing them together somehow or another. Does that make sense?
Are you talking about like the different levels, like the upper world, the
Yes.
lower world? Okay. So my training is actually in Andean shamanism, not Native American shamanism. So I can speak on it from that point of view. But the shamanic journey is where you allow yourself to get into the flow state and you let your consciousness move outside of your body, separate from your ego self. And it's different than anything else because it's not a meditation. A meditation is actually not what people think it is. The meditation is just allowing yourself to be in the present moment, to experience your senses, to let thoughts flow through, to try to clear that space. A guided meditation is when someone guides you through that space, but then a shamanic journey is allowing yourself to come up out of your body and actually journey. That's why it's called a journey. So you're moving to the middle realm, which is basically just stepping outside of your body in the present moment and exploring what's in the world right now. The place of the past is kept in the lower realm. So this is where you would go if you wanted to do soul retrieval, to look at things in the past, whether positive or negative. So if there's something in your past that needs to be healed, this is where you would go to find that wounding. It's often believed that the Akashic actually lives in the lower realm because when we're in that space of the past, we can access all of those old contracts and belief systems that we have there, and we can erase them, destroy them, replace them. This is also where we receive power animals, because when we go to those places of the past, there's always wisdom and power and gifts in that. So the lower realm is your power space. This is what gives you the power and the vitality to move forward in life. When we travel to the upper realm, there's different layers to the upper realm. There's a layer for the stone people. There's a layer for the plant people, a layer for the animal people, a layer for the ancestors. And then you have the crystal city, which is where our spirit guides, ascended masters, angels, the council lives here. I've seen the council there quite a few times, and they're scary. They're scary to me. But you go there when you want to find destiny, when you want to lay out your free will choices, to decide what you want in life, and to put your timelines together to have the destiny that you want. It's holding the dream. It's creating the dream. It's holding the vision for the future, for ourselves, for the world, for humanity, for the collective. So these are the different places we could journey to. And most often people who don't have any sort of healing training, most of the time they are just guided in the middle realm if they go in and meet their own spirit guides. But sometimes they are guided to the lower realm so that they can do some healing.
Now, I'm always guided to the lower realm, but that's also where I meet the plants, the rocks, the animals in the lower. Now, whenever I'm going upper, it's always star beings, angels. And of course, I don't go there because I stay there all the time. I don't need to visit there as much, but that's why I'm spitting on myself now. I go to the lower most of the time. And so you're considering that the past, because I see that as the past and cleaning up a lot of history or past life problems or issues. So I do go in there and do take care of that. But I've never seen plants and animals, except the ones that go with me, up in the upper realm. So that's something new for me.
Can I tell you why I think that is?
Why?
I think that's very specific to you because you're an alien.
Okay.
You don't vibrate at the same rate as Earth people. So Earth people are going down for these past and these other vibrations, and then we're going up for these other souls that are, just the souls, because we're not meeting the actual plants that's here on Earth, but we're meeting the souls of all of these people and then moving up towards the ascended masters. If you're not vibrating on an Earth level, Miss Alien Medium, you're probably vibrating up here already, which
Right.
means you need to go down to meet the Earth beings, and then just directly up is your aliens, your star beings, your guides and masters. So that's what I think. I think that you're just in La La Land.
Yeah, that's because I am up there all the time. And I was like, I don't need to journey or go up that. I need always to go down to come to Earth.
Does that make things easier for you?
Yeah, well, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. And that probably makes sense for a lot of people who are the hybrids and the aliens and all these different things, that their journeys are probably a little bit different than somebody who is more tied to Earth. And Bernadette's saying we are all aliens. Now, Bernadette, for me, I've had different definitions of this now. And this has been in the last few months, that I think everybody is made of stardust. And their stardust comes from different alien beings. Now, for the people, and I think that these are Earth people who keep reincarnating Earth, they are made of stardust. Now, the ones who came here to Earth from different star systems, those are the ones that are hybrids, or your light worker. Well, not light workers, because everybody's a light worker basically, who's raising the vibration. But they're your hybrids, your walk-ins, your whatever. I'm trying to think. Anyway, I think that's them. So I've changed my definition so that, and star seeds, that's the other one. Star seeds, they all come from different star systems. They have been in a star system. They've been on a different planet. They're able to go back to reincarnate to that planet. The ones who are made of stardust are usually ones that are reincarnating over and over and over again here on Earth. And they are made of stardust. and they don't leave to go live on other planets. So I have changed, and I'm sure that's my guides that have helped me change that. And actually, that will be the beginning of my fourth book that I'm writing. Let me make my announcement. This book's coming out August 20th. So I Slept with an Alien, coming out August 20th. Finally.
I love this. During Leo season, we get a book about alien sex.
Yes. This is your birthday season.
It is. It's my birthday season.
So happy birthday. When was your birthday?
It hasn't occurred yet. It's on the 17th.
Oh, okay.
Yes, late August. We'll be here. I want to add one piece to what you just said.
Okay.
See if this resonates with you. Because I also feel like regardless of where you resonate, you also have a perception point within your energy fields. Like, for instance, I in past lives have lived in different star systems, and I've found out that I'm a walk-in in this life even, but yet I'm very earth energy. Like, I very much resonate with, like, I have a perception point here.
Right, and that's okay. It's just that you are a starseed, basically, because you have been on other planets, and you have a choice to go on different planets. But we do have people who are here on Earth that cannot go off planet. They keep reincarnating over and over and over again. And those are the ones I consider stardust, because we all do have DNA from ETs. So those people are what I consider made of stardust, and the other people are made of from other star systems. So that would be the category of the starseed, hybrid, walk-in. Those different things will come under that category. But you came in just like a lot of us did to come help raise the vibration of the Earth. And when that does happen, these people who are made of stardust and who are earthbound will eventually be able to go off planet also. So that's what we're here to do. You hear people call this a prison planet, and that's always been up for discussion. And that's kind of where that comes from, is the people who are made of stardust and only reincarnate over and over and over on Earth and cannot go reincarnate to a different planet. We're here to raise the vibration, and those people will be able to go to different planets, reincarnate to different planets.
I just realized that another thing about my perception point, I started talking to you about like an energetic perception point, because you can have a perception point of being up in the stars or a perception point of being here on Earth. But then while you were speaking, you said you referred to Earth as a prison planet. And because of my perception point, I thought you said prism planet. And I was like, oh yes, we're rainbows and we're so many different colors and we're from so many different systems. And I was seeing puppies and kitties and joy. And you were talking about a literal imprisonment, a prison planet.
Okay. Moderators, would you please take a look at the chat? There's somebody who needs to be banned. Can you take care of that? Okay, I've got it. I'm banning them. They're out of here. Okay, got it. Sorry. Anyway.
I was talking about puppies and kitties and rainbows. I didn't know what anything exactly. My perception point. I have no idea what's going on anywhere else.
Okay, repeat that, because I was reading that and knew that had to be banned. So that's fine, Gina. I got it. I just couldn't take my eyes off, and I quit listening to poor Mary, because all I can see is that cannot go on.
No, it's fine. That was all it was. That's all it was. I was talking about a perception point, and you said a prison planet, and I thought you said prism. So I was thinking of like beautiful colors and positive things, and then again, this started happening, like negativity, like this crazy person in the chat, and I was just like, la 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 la. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I got it, and thank you for everybody for looking out after it. And it does, we have to pay attention to that, because it's very rare that we have anybody sneak in like that. Very rare that we have somebody come in. But anyway, let's see. This Penelope was just saying, so Mary, you're a walk-in. Do you see a walk-in coming into my life? Oh, well, we'll get to the questions later. that she's just wanted to ask about herself. So anyway, yeah, that is my, and I don't consider people who are continually reincarnating here on earth as being prisoners of earth, but I can see how that term did develop because I don't see anything wrong with reincarnating over and over again on earth, but it is that they are not able to go to different planets if they wanted to, that they have to keep reincarnating here. So this has been my big understanding of all the information that's coming to me here recently, and it makes sense to me.
I like Gina's comments. Boots are made for walking in. It's actually an interesting story, even though it's not fully developed yet, if you want to hear it.
Yes.
If you want to hear
it. You look at me on edge.
No, it's not a fully developed story, but I have realized through some work I did by channeling the crone about a year ago that who I am now today is actually a walk-in from a completely different timeline. I started having dreams that, and these dreams have been going on for years. This was a recurring vision, a recurring thing I would see in a shamanic journey, and a recurring dream that I would have for many, many, many years, like a decade, of my mother holding me as an infant. And it would slowly develop, like it would slowly give me more and more information. And for those of you who don't know, my mother died when I was 3. So like I can't answer any of these questions for myself. But I would always have that vision of her holding me as an infant. And as it slowly developed, I got the sense that there was like sadness there, or and then I got the whole vision, and it was her holding an infant and not wanting it. Like there was upsetness, sadness, not wanting the infant. And then while I was channeling the crone, which is a very powerful energy, and she speaks it like it is and has some power there, the crone during a channeling session brought me back to that vision and showed me that that infant was not me, who I am today. That's who used to be in this body. And then vice versa. That's who was the body I was in the other place. And then the soul left that body and came here.
At what age?
See, it's not fully developed. I don't know all of that yet. I don't know that part. I don't know much about this. What I know is where I came from, because that's the part I remember. I came from that and dropped into this body.
Where is that? Do you know that?
All I know is it's another timeline. It's an alternate timeline.
Or another planet.
It looked very humanoid, but I'm not sure, because some other planets look humanoid.
So we have a lot of humanoid planets that we don't even know about. Yeah. And I'm getting, this is a big yes, that it was a humanoid planet, but it's not Earth. And it was 3 years. It was actually, it was 3 years old that changed.
I picked up 3 also, but like when you asked, I instantly heard 3, but I also have not seen that vision or explored that. So I don't really know what that looks like, but granted, it took me a decade just to get that much of the vision, right? So like, I'm just sitting with it, letting it develop, remembering slowly.
Well, yeah, just last week I had a big memory came back to me, and I don't know why it came to me now, but when I was about age 9, 10, somewhere around there, I was walking through walls, being taught how to walk through walls. And I remember all that. What I didn't remember until recently was I was in the 4th grade. I was in my 4th grade class, and everything went black, dark. Everything disappeared. I went fuzzy, and everything went dark. And the next thing I knew, I came back and everything was fine, like nothing ever happened. So just last week, they showed me what happened is they took me up at that time. I was 9 years old, and it correlates with when I was learning how to walk through the walls, that they took me up at that time, took me out of the classroom, and I was walking down a hallway that was cylinder kind of hallway, round, and there was these grays that were jumping all over around me. They were happy to see me. And they were on the ceilings, they were on the walls, they were all over, just jumping around, excited. And I was walking down the hallway, excited to see them, but they were just jumping all over me. And for me, I thought it was like children, but now I realize because they were about my height, But now I realize it was the grays because they were short grays. But it was exciting. But that I don't know why that was just shown to me here now. How that memory is coming back to me now. What the significance is of that.
Well, your mother, like we all just want to run to you, and I don't know. It just feels like there's a lot there about. I feel like authority is the word that comes, but not the kind of authority we think of as like being in charge. It just feels like a loving, nurturing, protection kind of authority, like connecting back to the center where you're the center of something and there's a reconnection happening and everything's coming home.
Yeah, I was excited to see him. I guess I was getting ready to be trained. I probably was going up all this time. Well, no, I was because I've been going up since I was an infant. But this particular time, I guess I was excited to learn how. I don't even know if I knew I was getting ready to learn how to walk through walls or not, or being trained to do that. But I was excited to see them. It almost felt like playtime for me.
Aw.
So these little grays bounce all over me. So anyway, I just don't know what that memory's coming back. So that kind of like your mother, and you don't know what's triggering these memories that to come back to you.
Well, actually, I just thought of something while you were freaking talking, and you guys know more about me than anybody else because I'm just saying stuff, that nobody, I don't think I've told anybody that I'm a walk-in. I might have told maybe one person, I don't recall. But remember in Colorado,
Yes.
year before last, when I was abducted out of my body by the aliens, right?
Right.
When I came back to the room, I told you I felt a presence sitting on the edge of the bed, and then it got up, like I felt it get up off of the bed, and that's what brought me out. And you told me that you felt like it was my mother. And at the time, I didn't feel connected to that. Like I believed it and just let it go, but I didn't feel like a familiar energy. I didn't feel connected to that. I didn't understand why she would be involved in that. Although I just recently found out that my mom loved to travel to Colorado. She would just pack all the kids up in the car and drive straight all through the night to get there and camp out on the ground under the stars, But what came to me just now was it might not have been her. It might have been the mother, the other mother, the mother
Right.
that I'm actually married to.
Yes. Yes. The other mother.
From an alien planet, like you said, but humanoid. It would make sense that getting trapped out of my body by an alien and then she's present. That would make a lot more sense to me. And that's what just came when you were talking.
Your story's still developing.
It probably will till the day I die. And it's because life is just a journey of remembering stuff,
Well, have you asked your mother to come back and explain everything to you?
Which one? I've had so many.
Okay, whatever mother. I always say the mother that gave birth to you.
In that life. Yeah, in the alien life. No, because I didn't really think about it. This is the first time I've really thought about it.
Just thinking about it now. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll have to do that. I'll have to try to connect, because I had that mom, I had this birth mom, I had 2 stepmoms. I've had so many moms. You're my mom, Gail. Gail Arena, the mom.
Another mom. And Meg's probably another mom too.
Meg's my mother, Lana Del Rey's mother, everyone's just mother.
All right, listen, this is probably a good question for you. So Retro Spire, she says, where do I tether when I travel below to meet my totem animals? I feel rapidly pulled into the earth. My guides have said I'm a grounder, but don't fully understand. Well, when I'm connected to my animals when I travel down, I don't tether to anything. Are we supposed to be tethering to something when we go these places? I mean, I know people say you tether when you go up, but I've never tethered there any. So I'm the wrong person to ask. Mary, talk about the tether because I never do tether. I guess I could go off in space or I can go underwears, but I'm connected to my power animals and my poor lion that goes with me. I don't know why he's not bald because every time I get scared, I'm practically pulling his hair out. But Mary, take this.
I think it's a little different for everybody. I'd be curious if you have a lineage more that's like Scottish Irish, because in shamanic practices, technically we kind of, I don't personally call it tethering, but you do connect to your power animal, and you end up journeying with the power animal, like either up or down. You're kind of journeying with your power animal. I personally have found myself tethering to the core of the earth or to the core of the galaxies, is what I call them, because I don't tether to a specific animal. I have lots of them around me, but I always just core energy of the earth that's there, and the galaxy energy, and then bring that into the heart space to connect them both and align them. But I know that people who are more from druid type shamanisms rather than like Native American or Indian shamanisms, they tend to go into the core of the earth where there's lava. There's even a power animal thought to live in the lava of the core of the earth. That's a lizard or iguana or something like that. There's like an entire story about it. I've got it somewhere. And this is who we tether to when we're moving into the lower places down into the earth. It's like the lava space in the earth. So it sounds like maybe there's a core earth bit there. And they're American Indian. So yeah.
That's so great. We'll try that to try to make my descent under less, rap- can you say rapidity? Rapidly. Yes. Man, did I read that wrong? Sorry, but yeah, I just, as I said, I go with the whole team of animals. I mean, I've got a lion, I've got a crow, and I've got a white rabbit I travel with. The lion's for protection. The crow looks ahead for me, and my white rabbit is to protect my innocence, protect my fun when I'm journeying. So I travel with all three of those, along with my guide, and then there is a horse that joins with me sometimes.
Does the horse bring you up?
No, I don't travel with anybody when I go up, because that's where I live. So, no, just when I go down, that's home for me. Up there is at home. I'm just with the ETs. I'm just with those people.
I was curious because there's some overlap. I have a rabbit as well, and a crow as well, and a Pegasus. But the Pegasus
Pegasus is for me too. That's the horse.
Yeah. But for me, because I have a perception point on Earth, the Pegasus helps me move up through the levels to the top level. But well, you used your Pegasus to go down.
Well, no, I don't use my Pegasus. My Pegasus came to me because I rescued it. It had a snake that was wrapped around its neck, and that I had to get the snake off of it when I was journeying. And so I got the snake off, and it was asking to join me. At this time, it looked like a horse. And I said, I can't have another animal that I have to pull up, because my lion, whenever we're climbing, I have to pull the lion up, or have to rig something up to get the lion up. You know, the crow, the rabbit's inside me, but the lion, you know, is a burden sometimes when we're going elevated, going up to over. Anyway, long story short, so I was telling the Pegasus, I can't take another animal with me, that I have to raise up wooden course. Then it went into a Pegasus. Then it showed me its wings, and then I said, "Yes, you can join me." So I don't know, because I rescued it, what kind of what it's there for. Because, as I said, I rescued it, and I don't know what its role is.
Well, maybe you can put the lion on the Pegasus back, and the Pegasus can just fly it around next to you.
The lion, yeah. Well, the Pegasus, when it turned to Pegasus, is like, oh, we can use this now. Yeah, I'll ride this one. But yeah, at first that's what it was. Is I can't take another one, because I'm got a backpack on, and I'm climbing up these things, these hurdles that I have to go through. Anyway, but anyway, that's my crazy journey sometimes.
I like that journey. God, lion, you're such a burden.
So that's why I don't know what my Pegasus is really for. I mean, it came to help, but I did rescue. And when you're rescuing an animal and it's in your journey, you know, I don't know. So it's just there. I hadn't done anything really.
Bernadette asks if you've seen a phoenix.
I haven't.
I have not seen a phoenix either. I have a griffin.
Oh, do you?
Yes, but not a phoenix. Although it feels like a phoenix is a fairly common one for some people on their spiritual path, because I hear a lot of like names with the phoenix in it, but I don't know if they actually see and have a phoenix or if they just like the theory and the sound of phoenix,
Right.
like the story.
Teresa, you're saying, oh, well, that's Chris. I missed it. And Gail, have you asked if it's purpose? I have not asked its purpose. As I said, because I felt bad about telling it, no, you can't come with me because you'll be another burden. And then basically was what I was saying. And then it shows me its wing, and I'm going, oh, no, not a burden.
I want to go back to Chris's comment. What's in your backpack, Dr. Gail?
It's in my backpack. And you see what I'm stuffing my rabbit in there when I'm climbing. And gifts. I've got gifts that I'm giving out whenever I'm going to these different places. And some water and food, like you go backpacking, some things like that, so for everybody, for all my animals, just in case we get gone for a long time.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yes. I'm going, oh my gosh.
You always have to go with that.
I didn't realize my journeys were that complicated until I'm talking about it.
They're very detailed.
Yes. So, all right. You ready to answer some questions? Any more that you want to talk about, Mary?
Yeah, let's answer some questions.
Okay. I've started quite a bit. Let's see what this one is. Okay. Hi, Dr. Gail and Mary. It's the OCD struggle bus again. Have I successfully been clearing up the black cloud that was around me? Oh man, I don't want to say this, but I don't see it totally cleared up. How about you, Mary?
I feel like there's been some progress in the mental game of it, but what the guides say now you could use to infuse it and help it go a little further is to bring in elements of joy, play, and adventure. And that levity and that flow, because to like play an instrument, to go on adventures, you really have to get yourself in a flow state and just F it, let everything go. And so it feels like this is what they want you to infuse to see if you can put it more into practice on an emotional level.
Yeah, I've seen it. The black cloud has turned into a gray cloud. So, so it's gotten better. It's just not gone. So thanks, Mary, for helping the map about that.
And that's okay. It takes time.
Yeah. Okay. Bernadette, what messages does my Lear family have for me, and when will they let me see them? Well, I'm not going to go into when they're going to let you see them, because always my answer with that, whenever I ask for somebody, it's when they're ready. That's the answer I get. And of course, when you're ready is you just can't determine when you're ready, because everybody's different, and you have to know that seeing an ET you're going to go through a fight or flight syndrome, and you don't even know if it might be the smell of them that just might overwhelm you, or something might overwhelm you meeting them. So you have to be careful what you wish for, and that's always my answer whenever somebody asks me when are they going to let me see them, and they always say when they're ready. So I'm not going to ever get a really good answer on that one. So you want to go with the message?
My question, Gail. Gosh, when will I be ready? That was my question.
When you're ready, do you want to answer the message from the Learn family? That part.
The one that I heard very loud and clear as soon as you asked was "Let's play, let's play, let's play," and it feels like they want to engage with you more on a physical level. So then I pulled a card and I got this. That's and great. What stands out to me about this card is the prism, like what we were talking about earlier. You said prison, but I thought it said prism. And so I was thinking of all of these colors and all of this joy and all of this beauty. And even this, there's 3 of these little loop-de-loops in the dragon, the upper world, the middle world, and the lower world. So it feels like they will play with you and connect with you on all levels if you can do it through journey work specifically or through play, active play. So this feels like a very heart open, light kind of connection, not a serious, let's exchange messages kind of connection.
Okay. That sounds good. All right. Isabel, isn't Mother Earth and all it's made of stardust? Isn't Mother Earth and all in it made of stardust? Yes. Yes, Isabel. That was an easy one. Yes, because we have all these different. I don't know if y'all saw the video that I did with. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. It was about Mars. We were talking about Mars, and she's very scientific, and she knows. She was talking about how many meteors come to us from different planets all the time that land here, and that's where we probably developed from was through all these different planets sending out meteors, and that hit the ground here all the time. So it's easy to think that we developed from stardust from all these different planets. Anyway, I don't know if I said that right, but that's it. You have anything to add to that, Mary?
For some reason, the word Earth star came to my brain, and I don't necessarily know what that means. I feel like there might.
That means that's not. We'll look at it different. She's needing to connect to her Earth star. So it's something different. Some reason she needs to connect to Earth stars. What I got?
Is that a chakra?
Like what is chakra? Yeah, I think it's a chakra.
Is that the one between the feet?
I think so.
Okay, because I just deal with these 7, sometimes an 8th that wear kocha, but I don't usually go to between the feet because that feels more like a balancing, grounding thing. But I did specifically hear Earth star. So that could be on 2 levels, like what you're talking about, where Earth itself is stardust. It is part of this solar system. It is, a star. But then the Earth star chakra might be a specific guided answer for you.
Yeah. For some reason, when you said that, I was like, she's needing some connection to that. Check into that. Anyway, Isabel, look at your Earth star chakra. Both of us are coming blank on what it is. I think it's the lower one, right below y'all probably could tell us here in the chat. Which one is the Earth star chakra? Is that the one right below your root chakra? Help people.
See if I can.
Okay, I'll move on to the next one. Some of y'all know all these chakras, but yeah.
Earth star, let me see. It's at the feet, 30 centimeters below the feet, but placing it at the feet is fine.
And so why would she need to work on it? What is it for?
Well, I mean, this is particularly about anchoring transmissions from the higher realms. So if this person is integrating divinity, channeling things, working with grid lines, if energy is channeling through her, she would really have to tap into that Earth star chakra. And that's actually something I was going to say earlier, but I didn't have the word Earth star for it. When the other person asked about the tether,
yeah,
and I go to the core of the galaxies and the core of the Earth, but when I'm just in the middle realm, not trying to pull that much energy, I see myself more connected to the grid lines of the Earth, which is like every foot. There's just like the whole Earth has a grid. Mm-hmm. And so it's like being connected and tethered to this grid all over the Earth, which might be where your Earth star chakra, what it does, since it's just below the feet.
Right.
I like that. We're learning things.
Yes, we are learning things. I like, I'm always connected to the grid that's on the outside of Earth.
What's that?
That's to me, it looks like a net, but it's outside of Earth. It looks like a net. And my dog and I used to go out there, my dog Moon, we used to go out there and lay on it like a hammock and look at the stars and the moon and just go out there and just have a good old time.
So that's the soul star chakra.
Is that
there's an Earth star and there's a soul star, which is the one 15 centimeters above the head.
Right. The soul chakra is the one that people have so much trouble with electronics. If you have a lot of electronics in your house and you don't have something on it, or you live in an apartment and everybody's got their computers and everything going, or a business, that gets interference. That interferes with that. What did you call it? Soul Star? Not Soul Star. Which one is that one? Well, Soul Star. Yeah, that one I see all the time when I'm doing the Solaris Healing Center, having interference from electronics, and you're not getting your transmissions and things if that one's blocked. So I do see that a lot.
And here I was just blaming my entire life on Mercury retrograde.
Oh no, you're kidding. Yeah. So you put oh gosh, I'm losing all my words today. These little discs that I have that I put on all my electronics that diffuses all the emission. And they come in little discs. All right, everybody, help me out again. What's the name of that? That I've got them over here. I think I got some of them. Well, no, I don't have them close by. Oh, here we are. These.
That shungite?
Shungite, yes, shungite. I put this on all of my phones and my computers, and that diffuses that. Thank you, Faye. So anyway.
Hey, I didn't even see you up here. We've been just talking.
Oh, I just put it up there. Okay, so Penelope. Hello, Dr. Gail and Mary. Anything you can share about my trying to help Sarah to heal? She won't let go of her horrible childhood. I know I can't help everyone. She won't connect with Mary. Hope this is, I guess, okay. Do you know what that's about, Mary?
I think that Sarah is somebody in one of her online groups who's having a hard time. And Miss P has tried to help her, but she's like, by giving her healers information, my information, and she won't reach out. So she's just like not progressing.
So any suggestions?
Honestly, with the cards that I got, it looks like this person has free will choice, and she has to deal with the consequences of those choices, and that those choices that she has the free will over affect her timelines. And then I got the Fool's Embrace, where she's holding tightly to her pain. And so I'd like your perspective on this and you to read on this, because what I'm just getting is kind of a brick wall. If she doesn't reach out, if she doesn't want the help, then nothing's going to change, and there's nothing that we can do besides deal with our own emotions about not being able to help.
Well, my immediate reaction was, it's her issues, not y'all's. Mm-hmm. That's basically what I got. And it's something that she's got to work through and be receptive to anybody helping her. So, and I know that sounds a little cruel, but that's what I got immediately.
And I feel like what you're doing, Miss P, is planting seeds. You are telling her that there are kind people out there, that people care, without giving too much, so that it doesn't become a codependent type relationship with you being an empath. But you're planting seeds, and when she's ready, she'll have the capacity to know that there's resources for her.
She will when she's ready. Exactly. That's kind of how I feel. But she's got to work through it. And thank you, Sovereign Warrior. EMF stickers work well. Amazon has a great variety. Yes, and that's where I got my stickers, is from Amazon. But as I said, I put it on all my cell phones. All my cell phones, I have two. But my cell phones and all my computers and all my electronics, I have it on, because I don't want that soul star chakra blocked. I want my connection with them. And Teresa's saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yes. Periods.
Yeah. And let's see, Linda saying, hi, Mary, hugs. It was a beautiful experience at Connect to Empower in Santa Fe. So what was that about?
This was the last retreat in Santa Fe that we did. So I had 2 workshops back to back at that particular metaphysical conference. So we did a lot, I think, with destiny and changing timelines. That's what I'm going to say that I feel like the core of that was. I don't know what everyone else got out of it, but that's what I was doing with it. So, but if you live in that area, maybe I'll see you again in 2027. Who knows? Wink, wink. Who knows?
When's your next retreat?
What
You
was
know- When's your next retreat? Are you announcing it yet?
So I have 2 planned for 2027 with Earth and Star. I don't know if I'll be collabing with anyone outside of Earth and Star yet, but there will be one that we have not released yet in June of next year, and then one in November of next year. But all of that information should be coming out in the next month or so. So maybe we can talk about it next month.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, well, let me just say, so Mary, you are walking. Do you see walking coming into my life? Oh yeah, okay. So Mary, you're a walk-in. Do you see a walk-in coming into my life?
Meaning, like, are you a walk-in? Is that the question?
I think that's the question. Has she been a walk-in? I'm getting a no.
But I feel like she knows a walk-in. Like, as if there is a walk-in that has specifically been part of her soul group and has helped her. You know, in these cards, I'm seeing a support group here of souls, one of which is a walk-in. You know, it looks like 2 people, 2 solid people. One could be you, one could be this other person, and then there's a walk-in soul happening here, and then the mirror vanishing. You know, that shows half in the physical and half not. So I feel like maybe someone who's significant to you or who has helped guide you a lot in your life or protect you a lot in your life is a walk-in. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the walk-in in your life. You're welcome.
There you go.
I'm kidding, though. I do think you know someone who is a walk-in.
Okay. Next one is perpetual. Where do I I'm going to go check on my dog. I don't know what's going on with her for a minute.
We did this one, though. Very stiff but energetic hands. Well, you can't have that.
She's fun. Oh, she's sleeping and rolling around her back and hitting the wall.
Aw.
Yes. She's scratching her back. I thought something was wrong. She was making so much noise.
What I feel like has been coming up now, keep in mind this last week, and me and Gail talked about this earlier, Mercury was in retrograde in Cancer, I believe. And a lot of people have had a very emotional week. A lot of emotional processing has been happening. And what I'm picking up between these 2 cards is that for the past week, you've been processing some inner child stuff or maybe some past life wounds, and it's helping you become a stronger, more powerful version of you. It's bringing you gifts. It's bringing you wisdom. It's helping you become that empowered person that you are. So it feels like you're just doing a lot of your self-healing work in your sleep while you're doing that. Now, I'm not sure hands. What are you reading about the hands specifically with this energy?
I'm just listening to how noisy my dog is being. She's really relaxing. The hands, all I see is light coming off of these hands. And I'm not sure what that's about.
And I literally put those cards back in, shuffled them up, and pulled this same card again. So,
what was that? What does that mean? That card?
It's the hollow bone, the teachability card. But when I pulled it for Rossi, it just felt like personal power. It felt like coming into wisdom and strength. A more healed version of you. So it could be that you're purging a lot from your hands.
Are you a healer, Rossi? Because I feel like you're developing something with the hands. And what did you say, Mary, about what you were seeing with the hands? That's just getting rid of stuff.
Then maybe they're purging from the hands. Yeah.
I'm getting that's correct. But for some reason, I'm seeing some healing abilities coming with these hands. And I don't know, Rossi, are you a healer? Or maybe this is something new for you? Yes, you are. Okay, well, you're developing new techniques or new strengths, is what I'm hearing. Developing new strengths. That's exciting. I wonder what the new strengths would be. Instead of new abilities, new strengths. So maybe that's enhancing what she already has.
Yeah, I see like a bigger heart. I see something strong with the throat. Teaching is a strong word. It feels more like, what's coming to me is like when people sit around and they tell stories, but the stories are really filled with wisdom, but people like to hear the stories because they're stories, but they're kind of metaphorical. That's kind of what I'm seeing. It's like being a teacher, but doing it through conversation, through guidance, through coaching, through fun, things like that.
Oh, there you go, Rossi. Seeing lightning coming out of her fingers.
Can I go back to Miss P for 1 second? She says that she was asking if someone's coming to be with her. But the answer is yes. I feel like someone, or someone's going to be coming in. Like there's a soul there that's going to be coming with you. That's what I'm picking up. And it feels like there's adventure in your future. There's just more healing work to be done. And you are also somebody who does a lot of self-processing, just like the last person that we just answered for. You do a lot of self-processing in your sleep and in your dreams. So this process just needs to continue for a little while before that other person drops into your life, or you become aware of the other person, and you just get that adventure and that companionship, that connection that you're looking for.
Okay. The next one is Nancy Ray. How does my origin and Arcturus affect my life now? Usually you have personality traits that show up from one when you're living on a different star system. So if you want to look up the Nancy Ray, you want to look up the traits of somebody who's from Arcturus star system or an Arcturian, then you'll see maybe your personality, and you'll see how your that affects your life, and that's how it would affect your life. Just your own personalities, how you are, and that's how you're affecting everybody around you about how your personality is, and that's from your Arcturian background. And of course, you're here just to raise the vibration of Earth so the Earth can ascend, and that would be how you're affecting everybody around you. Okay, Mary, your turn.
Mine's weird. I get the sense that, and I don't know if this is common, but I get the sense, Nancy, like, do you ever feel drained a lot? It feels like what I'm picking up is something about her specific roots, or I don't know, like, there's an energy cord from the other planet to where she is now, but I feel like part of her energy is still on the other side or on the other planet, and she feels drained a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's still connected to that, but she can go look up the personality traits, because we all came from our background, and it's amazing how it goes into how your personality is and how you are in your lifetime here because of your background. It's amazing if you look up an Arcturian and see which is easy to look that up and look at their personality traits, and you're going to see yourself in there, and you're going, oh, that's why I'm like that. That's how I'm affecting everybody. So you can get that connection. In fact, I have a whole book about all that, which is not here, but I could read off those traits to you. But it's easy to find those different traits, Nancy. So that should be fun for you to look at. Okay, let's see who's next. All right, Kathleen, let's see. Hello, I am here late. I am so glad I got. I didn't need to start that one. I'm glad you got here, Kathleen. Okay, son of what? Oh, you're awake now. My dog's awake now. Do my guys have a message for me? Okay, son of what? You were sleeping soundly there for a minute.
Okay, I think I'm getting mixed messages because I pulled a card, but I don't think it's for you, son of what. I think it's for someone else. So I'm going to pull again. And the reason I say that is because I was reading a comment that someone put about, am I loco for thinking I'm a mermaid? And then I literally pulled a mermaid card. So that's why I'm like, this isn't for son of what. I got to get my head in the game. I got to focus up here.
No, that's not. It could be, you never know. He could be a merman.
Well, what I get here with this card is I think that you have a lot of different paths with different star systems. You could have like some dragon in there. You could have some Arcturian in there. Pleiadian, there could be a lot of different mixes. But what I'm seeing is that your open-heartedness is your strength, because you have the ability to literally, like I see this crystal light through your spine. You have this ability to amplify the energy that you're in, to amplify your energy, to amplify the energy in a room, to amplify other people's energies. You're like the amplifier, right? So what amplifies you is that heart openness, your connection, your freedom, making sure that you're not suppressing emotions, closing yourself down, protecting yourself emotionally, and just letting yourself be wide open is what turns you on, I'm going to say. Flips your switch, your light switch.
Well, I'm getting, son of what, that you're needing to take some time off and have some fun. And it might be you're turning on that light switch too much. But that's what I'm getting, is that you're needing to take some personal time off. And I'm not sure why that is. I think you have extended your energy a little too much, and I'm getting big yeses on this, that you're needing to back off, find your energy again, find what motivates you, find your connection. But I'm getting that you need to take some time off and relax. However that looks for you, son of what?
I have like so many images, but it's kind of fun. It's funny.
Well, let's hear the images.
Well, I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know if he's a gamer or something. I just see him kind of like relaxing in front of a screen and just like turning off. And then I see him with no shoes and his like pants rolled up just a little bit near like this little stream of water outside somewhere. So I just see like little images like that. So this doesn't necessarily have to look like taking a whole week vacation and going on a cruise, but it does feel like turning off and relaxing and doing some things that you can connect with.
Yeah, and just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're about up here at an hour now. So, Mary, what's your next show? What's happening in your arena right now?
So in 2 days, on Friday, we're having the Healing Temple, and that starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I think it's.
You're looking at me like I know the answer.
Do you know the answer to this game? I look at my schedule. I'm pretty sure it's 3 p.m. And that's this Friday. It's the last Friday of every month. I don't have it in my calendar. I'm sure it's 3 p.m. And
Eastern time. Right.
Eastern time. And then, of course, we do these once a month with Gail, and we've been doing it once a month with Danny Shea as well. And then we'll have out some more information about our 2027 retreats coming up in August. So we'll be able to talk more about those pretty soon.
Okay. And let's see, my next show will be Saturday. Actually, I'll probably be doing something tomorrow with Galactic Gaia. So be sure you go there and subscribe to that channel. But the next show here on Skywalking with Moon will be Saturday, when we'll be talking about, I think it'll be me answering questions. I think it'll be all about aliens show. So that'll be Saturday for me. So anyway, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks moderators for making this a safe place for us to come together and talk. And we will see everybody later. Thank you. Bye-bye.